Domo.
Yes, ma'am.
Put your hands together and bring him up. He has a lot of information that he'd like to share with you with regard to nutrition. So it's very important that we continue to listen effectively. And as I say, you have to be here for the raffle. Please, everyone, if we could just, ladies and gentlemen, if we can give our final presenter a few minutes, please. So, please.
It's all good. I know we're going through a transition right now, so I'll be a little patient. I give y'all some time.
Everyone is going to have an opportunity to speak to them after this presentation. They are going to still be here with us for another hour. So please, if you could have a seat and give your attention over to Donna. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I know it's been a long day, but it's been great information. There's a lot of still more to share with you. And, you know, we want to make sure that everybody is respectful as they give their presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. How we doing? All right. Yes. So my name is Domo. I'm also known as Domo, a jack of all trades. I do a lot of different things. I'm a musician, I'm a dancer, I'm an educator. I'm also a holistic nutritionist, and that's part of the reason why I'm here today. I'm also a fitness enthusiast as well too. I do a lot of things. That's the reason why they call me a jack of all trades. Unfortunately, I don't have a PowerPoint today to show visuals and things like that. So I'm just going off the top of my head. I was actually told about this event literally this morning to come here and speak. So, you know, we're going to make this happen. So something about nutrition that I like to talk about is I like to make things very simple and simplified things to where that a child can be able to digest the information. So when we speak about nutrition, it's simply basically like what this guy is doing in the back here with the ABC teacher, right? He's eating, right? He's putting food in his mouth. That's simply basically how we're going to get that form of nutrition. Now I'm pretty sure everybody in the room has heard that quote before, right? You are what you eat, right? So essentially what you put in your body is what you are going to get out of it. So when you talk about all of the diseases, all of the illnesses, all of the ailments, all of the things that our body does and what it produces, essentially comes from us, what we do to it, what we are putting inside of our body. And a lot of the times, even in schools, I'm also an educator too. Like I said, I teach music, I teach dance, and I do teach health in school. And a lot of the times, there's a miseducation when it comes to nutrition or just eating. Simply, not even just because I'm plant-based. I'm a vegan for over 8 going on 9 years. But I'm not gonna sit here and advocate to you guys that you guys should stop eating dairy, meat, and all that stuff. I've gone through that phase of my time. You know what I mean? But that's not my goal here. My goal here is to basically spark a thought in you guys' mind, well, you not guys and women and ladies. I hate when I say that, but everybody in the room's mind to do something different as far as what it is when they think about what they are going to put inside of their body, right? So when you're thinking about nutrition and when you're thinking about what you're going to be putting inside, it's also how you're putting it in. A lot of the times we don't understand when it comes to digestion, right? So digestion starts where? That's the question, right? Where does digestion start? Yeah, mouth, right? It starts in your mouth, right? Because guess what? We have tools inside of our mouth to break down the food, which is our teeth, right? And also, it all starts actually from when you see the food. You see the food, you smell it, and guess what? Your mouth starts to get watery. That saliva comes in, right? So that saliva is there to do what? To help break down the food, right? So before you even put the food in your mouth, your body is already preparing itself to digest and break it down. Why is that? Because the solid things that people are eating right now, like the chips, the burgers, your body doesn't want it that way. Also, it can't absorb or assimilate the nutrients if the food even has any nutrients or minerals from it that way. That's why it has to be in a liquid state. That's the reason why when it goes down your mouth, it has to go down your esophagus, has to get to have to go down into the small intestine, well, into your stomach to meet the hydrochloric acid to break it down even more. And then it has to get to your small intestine, which is about 25 feet long, longer than your large intestine, right? Because it has to pass through that, and your large intestine is where the absorption is happening. So that's where you have this thing called microvilli. And the microvilli is these little hairs inside of your intestinal walls, which catches all of those nutrients, all of those minerals, and it's swarming through that before it gets to the large intestine, where you will then see the person that does the right? So, but I'm speaking more about the small intestine. That's where your body's going to be getting those minerals and getting those nutrients from. But a lot of times, your intestinal walls are clogged up with what? Mucus, fat, phlegm, all these different things that's in your intestinal walls that's stopping the cause of you getting those nutrients, getting those minerals. So your body is not able to absorb what you're eating. So a lot of the time people are eating things, and this is what causes you to be blocked up. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, I'm going. So like, here's how constipation comes in, right? Because most of the time we're taught to eat 3 meals a day, right? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But if you're not busting a turd 3 times a day and you eat 3 meals a day, you're constipated. I gotta tell you about myself, about my journey. I was eating 1 meal a day for almost 3 years. Before I went vegan, I was 180 pounds. And then when I was on my diet, my journey of eating 1 meal a day, I went down to 102 pounds. That, I know, right? Crazy. And that wasn't my goal per se, but I was on my spiritual ascension. This is what I'm doing. I'm growing my own food. But I say I like to say, I was eating 1 meal and I was still having 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. So when I'm talking to clients and things of that nature, they're telling me like, oh, I'm not going to the bathroom, or I go to the bathroom 3 times a week. There's a clear sign of constipation. Yes. Yeah, so we can talk about that too. So I'm glad that's a perfect question. So this is where we talk. Yes, that's the fruits and vegetables. So intermittent fasting is something that I was also applying. So speak about the time. That goes with circadian rhythm. Is anybody familiar or heard of circadian rhythm? It also goes into your sleep cycle too. So circadian rhythm, right? So so basically, let me tell you the time. So between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. Between 4 a.m. and 12 noon is basically an elimination cycle. And that is when your body is trying to get waste out, it's trying to eliminate. So what happens in the morning when we wake up? We get colds in our eyes. We wake up with runny noses. Men, we wake up with and then women sometimes wake up with discharge. We wake up sweating. We wake up with plaque on your mouth, with bad breath. These are all signs. There's more. You wake up with wax in your ear. All these things. These are signs that your body is trying to get waste out. Right? So this is why when they say you're eating breakfast, you're breaking your fast. You're breaking that fast and putting food in your mouth. And this is what happens because, so you're putting food in the mouth when the body is naturally trying to push things out. So what I recommend to people is not to even eat until after 12 noon, when the sun is at its highest peak. And so from that time, so from 12 to 8 is the appropriation period. So this is when your body is basically going through you're working, you're going out in your daily day, you're out in the sun, you're moving. So this is when you should be having that meal. So this is when I was eating that meal, between that time. So because between 12 and 8, the sun is out, you're outside, you should be outside working and doing whatever it is that you're doing, right? So you have time to actually process that meal between those times, right? And then between 8 and 4 a.m. is the assimilation period. So I was at 8 p.m., right? No food. I wouldn't be eating after that time, right? So why is that? Because the cells that actually digest food are not even working; they're dormant. So you're putting food in your body at that time, and then wondering why you wake up in the morning smelling the food that you just ate that night, right? Because it's still stuck in your digestive system, right? So there's a rhythm, there's a cycle that you can actually go through and actually have the body do what it's naturally meant to do. right? When you go to the bathroom, have your bowel movement, that's a natural form of detoxification. People have, I'm in that world of holistic nutrition where people sell detoxes, and we give the body naturally does these things. And guess what? Herbs only assist your body in doing what it's already supposed to do. Right? And a lot of the times you see the pharmaceutical drugs and people tell you to go to get the prescription medicines. A lot of those medicines use herbs. If you actually look at it, even like Motrin and Advil and Tylenol, they use white willow, the white willow bark. Right? It's in the main ingredient in all of those things. And a lot of it is something that's natural that we can all have access to. You can go to your local farmer's market and you can find these things there. They also accept EBT. So I say all that to say, it's about how you're eating and the nutrition. Come in with questions too, because I'm just talking. So if you guys can ask a question,
was you more healthier when you eat one meal a day?
Honestly, I think I was. But let me tell you this though. I wasn't working out though. So I was, so this is where I say holistic nutrition. I was very skinny. I was very, people, especially my family, because I was 180 pounds at first. I was a dancer. I was very slim, but I had what called eating meat. But when I started eating one meal a day, I'm only eating raw fruits and vegetables that I'm growing. I was volunteering on a farm in Brooklyn, that's where I'm from. And I was eating the foods I was growing there, and I was fasting. I was only drinking, I'm pretty sure you guys heard alkaline water. Obviously, I'm drinking out of a glass bottle, not plastic. Plastic is what it's the paraben, things that cause us cancer. So drinking out of glass is a lot better, right? I practice what I preach. I don't just say these things. Also, your not just the water, but exercising. So your muscles house blood.
So this is what exercise when you was a 1 meal?
No, I didn't. That's what I was saying. I was 100.
You had no energy?
I had energy. Let me tell you why you have. I had a lot of energy, but I was also exercising. That's the thing too. I wasn't exercising, but I said I'm a dancer. I was also teaching dance in schools. I'm a musician too. I'm still performing. So I'm doing things, but I wasn't putting my body through that form of resistance. Also, I've been dancing since I was, 3. I've been doing that stuff, so my body already remembers it. So me losing the weight didn't necessarily take that away from me. Versus if I'm trying to start something new, which is, calisthenics or ring movements or bodybuilding, weightlifting, whatever form of exercising that I was trying to, or resistance training I was trying to get myself into at the time. So I did have a lot of energy, but I was very skinny. That's basically the best way I can put it. Because a lot of people was looking at me like, "Oh my God, you look like you're dying. You look like you look malnourished." But I felt great. And at first, when it first started happening, like maybe the first 3 to 5 months, and people were like looking at me like, "Yo, you're glowing. Your face is glowing. You're looking a lot more younger." And that's what happened. But that's not what happened to me the first 2 months in when I was like, because I did it very cold turkey. I wouldn't recommend anybody to do it that way unless they're, bred for that. Because basically I just stopped. The day before I went into it, I was probably eating, from McDonald's, the menu, the dollar menu. You know what I mean? And then I was like, you know what? I gotta change right now. That was just it. I mean, I don't know, people like to say, I'm a Scorpio. We deal with transformations. You know what I mean? Like maybe I just transformed right there and there, but that's what happened. And so the first day I did a dry fast. Dry fast means I didn't eat anything, right? And the second day after that, I was only eating 1 meal a day, and I was only eating fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables. I wasn't eating anything that did not grow off a tree, anything that did not come from the earth, right? I was very, and obviously now, looking at it, my life is a lot different now. I do just eat those things, but I do eat in moderation as well too. And I've incorporated a lot of different grains and other different things as well. Not just eating fruits and veggies, right? Because I needed some plant-based protein to get these muscles that you see here now. All right, and I'm trying to get bigger still too. But exercising is important too because, like I said, exercising stores blood. It's also going to help your cardiovascular system. Your heart is a muscle. So how do we train that muscle? By doing cardio, right? So cardio is going to work with running, if you're dancing, if you're doing your stairmasters, but also HIIT workouts, high intensity workouts, where you're gonna get the strength training as well too. Obviously, there's no excuse, trust me, because I see 80-year-olds doing handstands and muscle ups and stuff like that. So listen, y'all, I just had my dad is 73. No, he's actually 74. He was 75 in January, and I was training with him, and he's a military vet. He does push-ups, and kids do a pull-up. I had him do 3 pull-ups last maybe 3 months ago. I don't know if he's back at it now. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it's hard to. Consistency is where it happens. What's going to keep you guys going, right? But I got him going from 1 to 3 pull-ups. Not even 1. It was assisted pull-ups, right? So it all takes time with just being consistent with yourself and making goals, whatever it is that you want to have, right? If you want to eat healthier, if you want to sleep better, if you want to, breathe better, breathing too. Breathing is one of the first before even food. If I could fast, I'm telling you, I've done all the fasts in the world. So I've done water. I did a dry fast. I've done water fast. I've done the 40-day juice fasting. I've done every fasting thing, even social media and TV fasting. Like I'm no TV for the week or whatever, right? But can anybody in the room fast from air? I didn't think so. So I said that to say that air is way more important a lot of the time than necessarily food.
So you think about it, Anne-Marie.
The song, How Are You Gonna Breathe with No Air? And that's like, how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, right? So air is essential. Oxygen is essential to everything in the body, our cells and everything. So for us to think about air, a lot of the time, so if you do dance class, yoga, they'll tell you do what? Breathe in your nose and out through your mouth, right? This is a natural thing that you even see babies do, right? It's just diaphragm breathing from there, right? So, but we've lost, a lot of people have lost that. A lot of times we just talking. Not even, the reason why we breathe through our nose is because we have 2 filtration systems outside of our nose. We have the nasal passage and the nasal cavity that actually filters the air and catches all that top stuff, and then you breathe the waste out. So if we're not breathing that properly, then we're not even getting the good, what do you call it, the negative ions, right? And that's what you get from plants. You ever have people, my mom, probably you guys know, like that have snake plants and all these different things in the house to produce those things. Because we're trapped in the house all the time, and we're in New York, and that's why we need the urban farm, urban stuff. You need to grow your own food because it's a holistic thing. Because trust me, I was eating good, but I wasn't working out. So yeah, I had a lot of energy, but I was weak, right? I told myself I was weak. I was gonna protect my family if I wanted to. I got my brain is good, but my body was weak, right? So I had to change that. And then also, when you start working out, you'll know that you need to sleep because you need to recover. Because you're a human being. And trust me, this is how babies grow, right? Babies grow in their sleep. So these muscles grow in your sleep. So when you start incorporating all these things, also you're not going to get the benefits from eating good. Working out all that stuff if you're not. It starts with the nutrition, what you put in. So that's why I speak holistic stuff, because it all wraps in together, right? And I notice I haven't mentioned the doctor yet, right? I know because I'm an advocate for you are being your own doctor in a sense. Yeah, you can go to the doctor and find out what's going on from them and get in their opinions on stuff like that. But as somebody said earlier in here, you know your body better than nobody. Nobody else gonna tell you what's going on inside of you, right? And if you look at other countries, like the Asian countries or like the Eastern medicine, right? A lot of other people, they're a lot more healthier. You don't see them dying from as much of the disease that's happening over here. Why? Because of the SAD diet. They even have a diet for America. The SAD diet, standard American diet. And it's literally sad because of what most people are eating processed foods. Main ingredient in those things are what? White sugar. Right? Processed. It's processed. And most people are processed because we're going around eating processed foods. And it's that simple. And a lot of our children, if you ask the children, like I said, I teach on nutrition classes, what is healthy? You show them a bag of Doritos and stuff like that, or you put a banana or a fruit there. They're gonna point to what? They're not going to the fruit. They know that. It's That's why I say make it simple, because it's something that we already know. But we also gotta know that food is a weapon. They're also selling things to us, they're advertising stuff to us, they're selling us things. So yeah, we can see, yeah, I gotta eat healthy, I know I gotta eat healthy, I know I gotta eat my fruits. But guess what? I see this commercial, I'm driving down, it's midnight, and those parasites is craving, and then you get the smell of something, or you see that big M with the lights, and like, oh man, I can use me something, or you know what I mean? Like, so this is how it works, and the advertising, marketing companies know that stuff, right? Because we already know what we need to do to eat healthy. Most people do, and making it simple. I'm not saying, oh yeah, you gotta have your asparagus and you gotta have, the milk thistle seeds to help your liver. I ain't gonna go into all that. I'm making it. It's just, we know we need the fruits and vegetables, and guess what? What I have here today is something that I produced for my wife. We have a vegan cookbook, Balanced Healing Vegan Cookbook. This is our volume 1. We're coming out of our volume 2, hopefully next year. But I have a plethora of meals in here. This is the physical copy, but I do have a QR code if you do want to, get that for yourself. But I have a plethora of meals in here. Also a food list, not just you showing how you can make the food, but why the foods are important, what it's going to help you with, what minerals and stuff like that. Because a lot of stuff too, guess what? The chips and the processed food, the stuff that people are eating, do those things contain minerals?
No.
How do we even get minerals? Most people don't even know where the minerals come from. Minerals are crystalline structures, they're rocks. So how are you eating iron and folate? How are you eating that? How do you get it inside of your body? Because it's essential to the body and we all need it. How do you get it? Anybody know?
Vegetables.
There you go. Vegetables. Because guess what? Plants. Rain, acid water hits the mountains and stuff like that, hit those rocks, and that's how it goes. That water goes into the soil. Same reason why people say it's the best way to get your water from springs, because they're coming down what? That water is rushing down those rocks and absorbing all of those minerals. Because unless you're gonna be chewing your cheap jackhammers and you're gonna be biting down crystalline structures, you gotta get those minerals inside of your body. And those minerals, unfortunately, does not exist inside of honey buns and Pop-Tarts.
One, you say you don't eat breakfast? Are you saying don't eat breakfast?
Well, I would say change the timing of your breakfast. Your breakfast is your first meal of the day. So if you wake up, if you wake up at 7, 8 in the morning, I wouldn't recommend you eating at 8:30. I think you should give yourself some time to have your body, process what's happening. Because a lot of times, like I said, you wake up, you have to urinate, you have to go to the bathroom, you have your bowel movement, the morning breath is there, all these signs are there that the body is trying to get waste out, right? So, what type of food or what time?
You eat meat?
No,
Right, no meat. But what's in it?
Oh, well, I eat,
Like salad? Do you eat salad?
Of course I
every
eat
day?
salad, yeah.
No, I
I
mean
salad.
you eat it, but do you eat it every day?
Every day? No, not every day, but definitely, I can't, my wife is kind of in charge of the kitchen right now at the moment, so, but, and we're both plant-based too, so,
Okay.
she kind of but before her, salad every day. Most men are very simple. I can't speak for all men, but what I say is I wasn't the type to be in the kitchen making a whole bunch of stuff, right? So I was very simple. I made sea moss smoothies, my smoothie, and I would make for my meal, I would have a nice salad. And before her, I was eating avocado. You know what I mean? So I was just eating a raw salad. And this is another reason why I dropped down to 102 pounds, right? Because I was literally just eating greens.
But you were still healthy though.
Yeah, I felt that way. But no,
But you were still healthy.
but I felt that way. But also, I felt like if I would have continued that way, my body didn't have, I was losing fat. I was very lean too. You know what I'm saying? And your body needs fat, especially when you start working out. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I was very caught up into the nutrition side of things.
Right.
Not trying to understand,
Rest.
you gotta work out and you have to do all these other things too, bro. You gotta, yeah, you eat good, yeah, you look good, but your body needs other stuff. You put in this stuff. And I was also, I I am still an advocate of this. You know, you eat less, you gain more. Because a lot of the times I think people overeat. We eat too much.
Do everything in
I
moderation.
learned from a doctor on TV eating intervals, and that's the way I eat.
Yeah, a lot of the times people, like, you have 32 teeth in your mouth, and most people chew 2-3 times and they start to swallow. Right? This is wreaking havoc on your digestive system because now your body has to overwork to try to break down the burger, the hot dog, whatever, the steak you just ate. And now it's like, whoa, like, I gotta work 10 times harder. And guess what it does then? It gives you the itis, and that puts you to what? Because now I gotta knock you out because I need to make you go to sleep. This body has to overwork to break this food down, right? So, and I still have to say that these are all signs that we all know. This is not like, you know, big scientific words that, you know, is gonna go over your head. These are things that you all experience. Oh yeah. These are all things that you all experience, right? So, yeah, I mean, I can keep going, or y'all can ask questions, or we can wrap this up, you know, because this is what I do, man. I talk about this, and I just want to make sure that
I see how you are. I got a husband for a Scorpio and a daughter too.
Oh.
Y'all are straight up. Y'all know when y'all get into it, y'all know what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
That's one thing I know about y'all. I know about your Scorpio.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's all
Very
love.
people, very people.
But yeah, don't live to eat, eat to live. You are what you eat. You are what you put in your body. Listen, it's never too late to you know, do. If it's gonna be dance, if it's gonna be a push up, if it's gonna be jump rope for the ladies, if it's gonna be squats. You know, a lot of people having low back injuries because of what? The weak glutes. This is a scientific thing. I found that out because I didn't even notice that my glutes are weak, a little weak. You know what I mean? Because I've been doing a lot more lifting weight. So a lot of the times we're having issues in the body, and we can fix these things. But we run to the doctor. I mean, I know everybody else already was saying, but that's not what I advocate for, right? But if there's something that's going on wrong, listen, I hold it. They're needed. One of my closest friends is a PA in the hospital now, so we kind of like share information and stuff like that. But I'm not one to tell you not to go to the Western medicine. But what I will tell you is that before you go in there, I think you should try to do something. Cause a lot of clients come to me, go to Western medicine. It's like, oh, I went to the doctor. They told me this and told me this, and like, I need to try eating something different because I've been on pills for years. I've been on pills for years, and I'm having the same issue, right? So it's like, okay, well, guess what? You're putting those pills in your body, right? And your body has to try to absorb those things and stuff like that. And those things have ingredients that you guys don't even know what's in that stuff, right? But she had a question too, right? So,
You mentioned something about pain. What was that?
oh, I was saying that a lot of people have back pain because of weak glutes. Your glutes are So yeah, like because the muscles down there, just from the hamstring connected to them, they're weak. But guess what? People eat, and the fat in your body comes right here, all right here. So it's putting all that tension. So now, if your muscles down here are weak, it's just putting, and then your body, it can either cause that or that, and then it's like, and all that tension is there. Versus if you know, worked out and burnt that fat.
I have a question. Do you consume, or would you suggest for someone that's vegan or is trying to, you know, start eating vegan, plant-based meats? Or when you say that is not?
So that's I don't advocate for that neither. But everybody is entitled to do what it is that they want to do. But I do not advocate for, because first of all, it's like it's something more. It's something that's processed. I mean, the best way to put it is another form of processed food that now somebody's telling you it's plant-based meat. You know what I mean? So now it wasn't grown. I mean, it's not natural. Period. And I'm more of a naturalist. I try to put things that is natural that the earth created and put that into my body versus something that somebody else outside had tried to you know. And guess what? Everybody's gonna do what they do because there's still nature does it too. Cross pollination, and it creates different things. This is where you get hybrid foods, right? But then when man interferes and it makes something else, it kind of like You know, so I said, this is my style. I'm not telling anybody to, do that, but I would not recommend that. So, especially, I know like Bill Gates has this thing, type into the Impossible Burgers and all that.
Impossible Burgers.
I wouldn't recommend any of that stuff because there's a lot of things that you can supplement. Or if you're gonna eat meat, what I would recommend is going to the butcher, going to organic halal spot or something. Even though I don't do that stuff. But if I was to tell somebody that wants to continue that stuff, versus when you go to the supermarket and you buy a turkey and it says it's turkey meat and carotene and dough and all this other stuff, sodium with this, versus like, I just went to the person, he cut the turkey up, sold the meat, he washed it off and he gave it to you, right? It would be a lot more natural coming that way versus you getting it from the thing and you seeing, because a lot of the times they inject the stuff too. And even for vegans, they inject the fruits. They spray them with wax so it can look better. You might think you're getting an organic fruit, but it's, just because, that's why I was thinking about agriculture. Actually getting back into with the farmers and growing your own food, because a lot of the time, I said earlier, food is a weapon. Like I said, they know that we put this in our bodies every day. Everybody in this room eats. Right, Gary? I don't think anybody fasted today. So my point is that you put in food in your mouth, and that is what's contributing to who you are. Right? So we have to, sorry.
I had a question. You mentioned sea moss. I hear a lot of people talk about sea moss. And I think you said you made a sea moss smoothie.
Yeah.
So, what would that consist of? Is that just sea moss?
Well, I turned the sea moss into a gel. I use the purple sea moss, which is also known as Condis crispus. That's the more anything usually in nature that's darker is more rich with more minerals, right? It's just purple cabbage is going to be more rich with minerals than the green one. It's just like, it's more darker in hue, has more polyphenols, like blueberries, blackberries, right? I use the purple sea moss, and do I have the recipe in here? I think we could have it in here. We could turn it into a gel. I might have it in here, but there's a way that you can turn the sea moss into a gel, and you can use it like that and put the gel right into the smoothie. I know a lot of people like to advocate for having over 92 minerals that the body needs. I'm gonna just tell you that it has the minerals that your body needs.
Do you mix that with something else when you say smoothie? What is?
I make it with fruits. So banana, it could be banana, blueberries, mango, typically like that, because another side of nutrition is food combinations. So a lot of people mix in different fruits, like melons should be eaten by themselves. Cantaloupes, watermelons, right? You shouldn't be mixing melons. That's a whole nother, that's why I said a lot of people are miseducated on nutrition. Because these things cause different things inside of your body. Just like you shouldn't be drinking 15 to 30 minutes. You should be drinking 15 to 30, at least 30 minutes. I would say 15 is cutting it, but at least 30 minutes before you actually eat solids to actually prepare your food, your body, your digestive system for the solid. It's something I used to do when I eat 1 meal a day, right? Versus people, drink and they eat at the same time when liquids and solids inside your digestive system do two different things, right? So you're confusing your digestive system. So when you see people eat and then they start drinking, it's a no-go, right? Or even after you ate your solids, you should give your body at least 30 minutes to an hour to process that versus eating it and then drinking right after.
That's hard.
Right? I know people think, I wash my food down. No. So we just are miseducated on nutrition and how we actually, because I'm not even telling you to stop eating meat. I'm telling you, if you practice these things, you apply these little tools that I said, your digestive system will change. It will work, I'm telling you. Even if you just, another tip. Warm water or room temperature water and lime or lemon in the morning.
I heard about that.
Every day.
I heard about that.
Yeah, you heard about it, but you gotta apply it. Right? I'm telling you, apply it, it'll work wonders for your digestive system. It's a daily little detox every morning, and it's something you do over time, your body will change. Just like, hey, you do one push-up every day for a week, in 4 weeks, you're gonna be doing 10 push-ups because you was consistent and your body's gonna grow. You're gonna get better. So hey, I'm taking this one glass of water with the lime or the lemon every morning. Oh, wait, I'm starting to see another bowel movement. Oh, you know what happens is your body starts to do things. Like you start to break out in certain ways. You might see a rash come here. And yeah, like you were saying earlier, you might want to notice what's going on in your body, right? But I personally wouldn't necessarily advocate just running to the doctor just yet. I only say that to say because this is what happened with me when I was doing my vegan stuff, right? If I would have ran to the doctor, it would have been I was crazy. But what I noticed about me is that I was breaking out. I was blowing out green snot because I was eating a lot of. I started this, and I was 24 years old. So think about it. For 2 decades, I was eating junk, pizza, Pop-Tarts, McDonald's, a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? Not eating healthy, not working out. I was just dancing. Remember, I'm young. I'm in my youthful age. So, you know, when my kids are young, you're not thinking about that stuff. All right? So I was in my young 20s, and that put me onto this journey. So my body is detoxing all that stuff. Right? So I'm seeing all that stuff come out of my body. And your body excretes itself in a whole bunch of different ways because you have pores in your skin. So this is another reason why people break out. Why you see rashes? Because your body's trying to get the waste out. And it's not coming out through your, just yet. But it will come out that way, but also comes out through your nose. I was really wondering why because I wasn't sick, but my nose was running. My nose was like on fire. You know what I'm saying? No allergies, but my nose was running. Right? Because my body is getting the waste out. Right? And I still like to say that after all that stuff, I started to and that's you learn your body. So you'll know, like, when I eat this stuff, when I fast, when I eat in the morning, this happens. And like you gotta know your body. So I know my body. I know I pushed it to the limits. You know what I mean? And I'm not telling you guys to do that to learn it, but I'm saying that you guys should understand to a certain extent so that when you are in front of a doctor and he tries to tell you something or she tries to tell you something, like, oh, I know my body. I know they can handle this. I know that when I take these type of pills, it's not good. Sorry, I'll be ranting. Please do it.
But that's all right. I'll wait till.
I have something to say. I was in the hospital for 9 days with sciatic nerve.
Sciatic nerve?
Yes.
Nerve
They
issue.
were giving me painkillers, right? When the painkillers wear off, I'd be screaming all night. So my doctor called me and asked what's going on. He told me sign off. I sign off, I do my research, I'm taking magnesium, ginger, and turmeric. I am good now. That's what I'm doing.
Give it up for that, man.
I get off, I'm taking nothing. I'm not on no gang of
Magnesium,
yes.
mineral,
Yes.
ginger, something that's organic that grows.
Yes.
Turmeric.
Simple as that. Man, that pain was terrible.
I think that's a good way to end it, man. I think unless somebody else want to ask one more question, because I'm like,
Oh no, I just want to tell you, did you ever hear, because I'm from back in the day, you ever hear that book, Back to Eden? That
Yes.
was,
oh yeah, back to
They still have it. They still have it.
I don't know if it's still.
My
My
mother
mom
always
doesn't
had
have that
that.
book. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And it was like white and red. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Go in there and
Yeah.
take it.
A lot of it, yeah.
These
Listen.
doctors don't want to do nothing but pill pop you. I ain't pill popping. I don't have high
The
blood
herbs
pressure.
are there.
None of that. No, thank
The
you.
herbs are there, the natural stuff is there, the information is online. You can reach out to people like myself. There's a lot of different other practitioners out there that, talk about health and nutrition as far as helping the body with herbs and foods and things of that nature, because food is your medicine. That's what you're going to be putting in your body every day, more than pills. I'm going to be putting food, so you can imagine that. You could be eating asparagus, you could be eating arugula. These things contain magnesium. You could put ginger and turmeric as a seasoning on the food that you're eating. And then that's your medicine right there. Your pantry is the medicine cabinet.
I use cinnamon all the time.
Where you get the magnesium from?
Oh, magnesium from the greens. So I was saying asparagus, arugula is one of those.
I love cinnamon. I don't have anything like that either. I don't have high blood pressure.
Vitamin is
Any cardio.
magnesium is a mineral, not a vitamin. So what do you ask?
That's what I got, magnesium from the
No. I'm saying I was just differentiating the two. I was saying, I wasn't sure if it's asking about vitamins or you asking.
I'm gonna, if anyone can just wait one moment, please. Hello, ma'am.
It's more concentrated,
Just
but
wait
I
one
would
moment.
recommend the primary source versus like the secondary source.
You take
It'll
vitamins?
be just a minute, I
I
promise.
mean, I get vitamins from what I eat. I don't put anything.
We just wanna be respectful when someone's talking.
Well, I don't have an exercise plan at the moment. What I do is I kind of like give people, I have a program. I'm starting a program. But it's more for gymnastics rings because that's kind of what I promote. And you guys, everybody can use those things. It's like it's really a gym in your pocket. The gymnastic rings. And you guys can follow me on social media, all that stuff. You can see all that stuff there. But it's not a class per se. I don't do training or I don't do one-on-one training. It will be as a program that you can get. You can have it on your computer or your phone, and you can jump on it right there. Oh yeah, so the QR code right here is this, and this is the book right here too, guys. When you look at it, that's how it looks. But this is the QR code for the book, but it'll also bring you my website as well, where you can see my social media and website. Don't live to eat. Eat to live. Yeah, there we go. Can I get everybody to say that right? Don't live to eat. Eat to live. Oh, I got all that on camera.
Because a lot of people had to go next